Hello, my name is Tonio, and I would like to give you a short introduction to the Wind4Birds online tool. Wind4Birds consists of two independent modules, the first one dealing with wind turbine dimensions and the second one with wind turbine locations. For this tutorial, I'm going to focus on the second module. And here the idea is that you can compare scenarios where wind turbines are placed at different locations within a given study area. And this comparison should help to identify the option which minimizes the collision risk of birds. Within this module, a collision risk index is calculated based on the distance between wind turbines and nest sites. When using the Wind4Birds wind turbine locations module, the first step is to select the study species. And here you can either select one of the 6 raptor species which are integrated in the tool at the moment, or you can choose to provide custom input data, which could be from any bird species. For this example, I'm going to use the red kite as a study species, and you see that the time distance matrices for females and males are automatically filled. The next step is to provide the nest locations, which are the same for each scenario. And here we need to upload a text file. For this example, we have 6 different nest locations, and you see a preview of the coordinates here. In a similar way, we need to provide the wind turbine locations for each scenario. So I select a text file for the first scenario, where the wind farm consists of 8 turbines. And for the second scenario, I'll also upload a text file. And now we have everything we need to be able to launch the calculation. And now you see the output figure appearing on the right. In the first row of panels, you see the spatial configuration of the wind turbines and the nest sites for each scenario. You see that in the first scenario, some turbines are located quite close to one of the nest sites, while in the second scenario, the wind turbines are located farther away from nest sites on average. The next panels illustrate the time distance matrices for females and males, which are used as an input for the calculation. And these matrices express the average time the birds spend within an area of 1 square kilometer at different distances from the nest site. And you see that these relationships are negative both for females than for males. The colored dots in the panels represent combinations of individual wind turbines and individual nest sites. So you see that for the first scenario, some wind turbines have a distance from nest sites smaller than 1 kilometer, while these small distances do not appear in the second scenario. And then we reach the main results figure concerning the total collision risk. We see that both for females and for males, the second scenario has a smaller collision risk than the first scenario, but this difference is more pronounced in females than in males. And this is due to the fact that in females, the time-distance relationship is steeper than in males. And then we have bar plots for the collision risk per turbine, and this is mainly interesting when the number of turbines differs between scenarios. And then finally, we see the collision risk per individual turbine. And here we see that in the first scenario, there are 2 turbines which stand out with the highest collision risk index values, while in the second scenario, all turbines have similar collision risk index values. So this illustration helps to identify wind turbines where the siting could maybe be revised in order to minimize collision risk. If you're interested in more information, I invite you to take a look at the user guide, which can be accessed through this button at the top right of the page. Thank you for listening.